What up, world? My name is Dre Kali, the Ultimate Soundboy, and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't you forget to hit the subscribe button and the notifications, just in case of anything new. You'll be the first to know. I'm so happy you guys are here. Thank you for the love, and I hope you just keep doing what you do. That is viewing, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Much love.
What's your real name?
My name is Andrew Stephen Katende. I am from where I come from. I am a Muganda of the Lugave clan.
Why Dre Cali?
Dre comes from Andrew, and because when I used to study back in my high school days, my friends that were girls used to call me Dre, and the boys used to call me Andre. So when I was looking for something cool for a musical name, I said, why not use Dre? Because the ladies loved it, so Dre. And then Kali, we may say Kali is Swahili for hot. So in short, it is Hot Dre. Yeah, musically, Hot Dre. That's why it is Dre Kali. Yeah.
Who is Ultimate Soundboy, and why do you use the tagline Ultimate Soundboy?
Ultimate Soundboy is something I came up with when I decided to go professional with the music. I thought I had a lot of cool taglines. Back home we had Torture, we had very many. But then I realized, I was like, yo, you know what? I have just discovered my sound, and I am I'm the best at it. So I gave myself a position that is ultimate, right? So I said, I am the ultimate soundboy. And it has always been a tagline I use because that is how I see myself. I see myself as the best soundboy, the ultimate soundboy. And now it has actually upgraded from just a tagline, and it has become a brand name for my handles, for my online marketing. My online stores, my accounts online all have Ultimate Soundboy. But then social media changes because for it remains with Dre Kali. But online stores, that is Spotify, whatever, YouTube, anywhere, you're going to find Ultimate Soundboy.
Who are your biggest musical influences?
Basically, I'll say my parents, because they played a big part in making me fall in love with the music by playing music every other time there was a chance to, because they played their music so loudly every other Saturday and Sunday when they were home. And then the lives of people around me, what they go through and what I see every day is part of what influences my music.
What inspired you to become a musician?
I have always, I think the first thing was the talent, because I really felt I could sing. And then I had big admiration for the musicians. Like, these people are doing what they love to do, what they know how to do, and then they're getting paid. So I decided to start. And then later on, I saw other musicians actually getting paid well and doing bigger things, inspiring communities, having a voice. Their voices are heard because they are musicians. And I was like, yo, that is the same exact thing that I want. And that's how I started like molding the biggest idea of becoming the artist in my head.
What is your favorite music genre to perform?
My favorite music genre to perform is reggae raga. However, I'm also good at R&B and soul, Afro soul.
Can you describe your songwriting process?
It is actually not complicated. It is very, very, very simple. Depends on the mood and where I'm at. Sometimes I'm in the bathroom. Sometimes I'm in the car. Sometimes I'm home chilling. Sometimes I'm with my friends, or we are talking about something, and I come up with something in my head, and then I make sure that when that idea strikes, I formulate a few lines. Sometimes I formulate a whole verse and a chorus, and then I record it on my phone. And whenever I get to studio, it doesn't matter when, but every time I get to studio, I just get my phone, play the recording, and then I'll pick the song. Sometimes it is actually a very wonderful beat that I hear, and I'm like, oh, I have to write something on this beat. And I write something in the moment, and then I better it when I go to studio. So basically, it's about the mood and where I'm at and what we are talking about. Sometimes that drives the zeal to write the music.
What are some of the challenges you faced as a musician?
There were quite many challenges as a musician. For starters, it was uh, when I was a budding musician, like a very young, upcoming artist. I used to face a hard time in getting studio time, right? And then I got studio time. Then promotion came. Promotion was a big problem because I had a lot of music that was not really good, but I didn't even know how to get it to the people that would criticize it so well, right? So when that was out of the way, I became good, and got signed to different management and all that, and then contracts became my biggest problem, and I got a few issues with contracts. But thank God, now I'm work, and I know what's going on. I know exactly how to handle contract.
How has your music evolved over the years?
First and foremost, it has gotten an actual direction. I've discovered that I'm a singer. Like I said earlier, I love reggae raga, but I'm more of a singer. I'm more of an Afro soul person. So I've discovered that I'm a singer, and I've used that to the best I can do because it's my biggest strength. And I've been able to sing a few songs on people's weddings. And I've also worked on my lyricism, because now I feel like lyricism is what drives my music, is what really, really is the biggest factor in my music. So when you listen to the music I used to write back then when I was just starting, and the music right now, you realize that there's a big change in as far as the wordplay, the rhyming, and everything. Lyricism, sorry. Everything lyrical has changed. And I think that is the biggest evolution in my music, the lyrics.
Can you share a memorable moment from a past performance?
What's that? I have very many, but I remember one time I became famous amid this lockdown. That is when people got to know who Dre Cali was, and I really had the love to. I wanted to perform, and I wanted people to shout my name while I'm on stage. I really wanted to feel that as well. Something I didn't get a chance to experience when I became a star, because it was amidst COVID. So the very first time I got to perform on a stage was a big stage, and it was a one take. No space for mistakes, no space for let's repeat, all that. And it was a one take. And I was nervous because all cameras were rolling and everybody was watching back at home on TV, because it was a live TV show. It's called Club Beats at Home. And oh my God, it was wonderful. It was amazing. I did very well. And I can't forget that, because it's the very first show that gave me the goosebumps, the feeling of, yo, I'm an artist. I'm a musician, I'm a performing artist. So, yeah.
What do you hope listeners take away from your music?
I hope listeners can find inspiration to find love, not to give up on love, to learn a few things about love, but mostly I want them to be inspired and know that anybody can do anything as long as they put their mind to it. Because who am I from a very humble background in Entebbe, in Kampala, and then here I am, a star now. So I hope when the listeners listen to my music, not only do they enjoy, but they realize that dreams are valid, regardless of where you come from.
What advice would you give aspiring musicians?
First of all, you have to believe in something, in yourself, in the fact that the dream is valid. Because when you believe that, then regardless of how long it will take, you're just gonna hold onto it like firm. You're gonna hold firm and keep dreaming and keep hoping that something will come up. Because trust me, the wait is really long before you become a star. And sometimes if you're not really, really so persistent, you could as well just drop out from music. So my advice is basically you gotta be patient, you have to be humble, and then you need to discover your sound. You need to find a sound and say, you know what, this is me, this is what I know how to do. Like I said, the evolution, part of my evolution in the music was the fact that I realized I'm a better singer than a reggae raga artist, much as I can do that. So the moment you discover what your greatest strength is, then it is easy to penetrate the industry and easy to become a star. That's why, as a rising star, without pressure, without people asking for a hit song, without any person putting you on pressure, just try and discover your sound. And when you find that sound and you realize this is good, don't just go to studio and for the first time and record one song and then put it out there and say, yo, I'm an artist now. Well, some people are so lucky it works out. But then for you as a person, if you want to be the artist that is not going anywhere, first figure out the sound that you're doing. First figure out what you're good at. After, everything will be easy. And then also trust in God. Trust in God and have hope that He will make sure everything works out for you.
What is your opinion on the current state of the music industry?
Oh, it is amazing. African music is blazing. It is reaching for the highest of stars. It is now Africa to the world. And shout out to the big dogs that are making it happen. You've seen the big artists that are really pushing Afrobeat to another level. And I feel like now Africa, this is our chance to actually bring our music, regardless of which part of Africa you come from, East, Central, West, South, wherever you come from and you're African, this is a chance for us to put our music on the globe. So we got to do it now. And I'm coming as well.
How has technology impacted your music career?
Technology is it's been like a driving force for my music career, because now I have fans all over the world, and some of these people have just not seen me yet. Some of them don't even know how I look like, but they know the music, because with smartphones and online digital stores, people can download the music, people can add artists, people discover new talents every other time. So for me, honestly, it has increased my fan base, it has increased my musical reach, it has given me an opportunity to learn what is happening in the different parts of the world, such that I don't limit my music to just where I come from. So technology, if I sit down here and start telling you about what it has done, I could write a whole full sheet of paper just writing what technology has done for me musically.
Can you describe your experience recording in studio?
Well, it depends. Do you want me to describe the first experience, or you want me to describe any experience?
Just in general.
Well, every time I go to studio, I am excited. That is the truth. I'm excited because I have this idea that is in my head and it's burning. And then I have this talented producer around, and I'm thinking, okay, now it's the time to put it to work and create magic. Sometimes the first take is not really the best. So sometimes, because I'm too excited and it doesn't really come out as I pictured, I get disappointed. But sometimes it works out how I want it, and then I leave studio so happy. So me, when I'm recording, trust me, the phone is in is in airplane mode. I don't want any disturbances, because I'm at a place that gives me peace. So excitement, work, creativity, that's my space.
What's your biggest inspiration while you write your music?
Love, and love again. Because as a young African man, I've been an adolescent. I've cried for love. I've been hurt after love. I've seen friends that have gone through that. I've had my fair share of relationships. And to be honest, I realized that regardless of what happens, love is love. You gotta love again. I mean, love is life. Love is God. So you gotta love again. And that is why my biggest inspiration is the love.
What is the biggest lesson you've learned in your music career so far?
The biggest lesson is humility and discipline. When you're humble, doors are gonna open themselves, trust me. Or it's gonna open doors for you because you're humble. When you're humble, you're gonna meet a lot of people. People are always gonna give you good reviews. You're gonna reach heights. And if you're disciplined, trust me, regardless of what happens, nobody can kick you down. Then the other lesson has been, I have learned to listen more and learn more than to talk more, because it is the only way you can actually improve and work on yourself and improve and find an improvement on yourself. Because every time you listen, maybe you learn a thing or two about what people are saying. Maybe they love your music, or they are criticizing, or you just don't have to always have something to say. That's what I'm trying to say. So learning how to listen and being humble been my biggest lessons in my career.
How do you handle negative feedback and criticism?
Well, it is what it is. It is what it is, honestly. But depends on where it comes from. Sometimes it comes from people that you know have never actually liked you, because there's a person who's always going to have a negative. It's a person who's always going to have something negative to say about your song or your music. Minus the fact that everybody else loves it. For them, they're always going to be negative. And there are people who are always going to be overcritical. Even when the thing is too good, they keep saying, "But you should have done this. You should have done this." So for me, if it's such people, I don't really give it. I don't pay attention to them. But if it's people that are genuine, yeah, it hurts a bit. But then I take the positives by trying to work on what they are complaining about. So for me, I try. I'm not saying I do it easily, but I try as much as I can to, take it very positively.
How has your music been influenced by your personal life experiences?
If I'm to put it on percentages, it's been like a 25%, because I really don't I don't mix my personal life with my music, much as there's a small correlation or relationship that, between my music and my personal life, but I try so much not to mix the two, because I want to write my music based on an emotion that is not probably hate, regret, or I want to write something that is genuinely love. And I fear putting my story out there, because people may not know that is what I went through, but it is always going to haunt me as a person, because I know people are listening to my story and they know what's going on. If somebody ever puts it out there that he wrote a song about himself, then you're out of the closet with whatever you went through. So for me, I am very, very careful. I don't want to put my life into my music. But I write about the people around me and what they have gone through and what they tell me. And basically that.
What is the best compliment you ever received about your music?
When I was home the first time, there's a man who had me sing. He owns a restaurant. I'm not gonna say the name. He invited people for I remember there were comedians, invited them for dinner at his restaurant, and they invited me as well. So when I was there, he didn't know I'm the person that sang a song that he loved so much. When I sang the song, he was so impressed, and he said, "You even sound better in person than the recorded version." He said in Luganda, I don't know what they say, how they say that in English, but there is a particular warmth to my voice that he loved so much. Now, coming from an age group that I didn't think I served, because this man was a bit older than me, I appreciated it so much, because you see, old people don't really tell you something to make you feel good, or they don't tell you what you want to hear. They tell you what is actually true. So for me, that is one of the moments that I felt like this compliment will forever live with me. Yeah. Oh, there's another one though. I was in studio recording something. Sorry. And my manager was was in studio, but he had taken a nap. Sorry. He had taken a nap while I was recording. So I recorded something so perfect that he woke up and told me, "Bro, today I've heard you sing a lot of times, but today you have actually outdone yourself." And he paid me some money for that. He paid me some money for that. So that also is one I'll always live with, because it comes from the genuine of hearts and people who have seen me grow. And by the time they tell you now this is outdoing yourself, then they have seen what you've done before and they know what you can do, but then they are hearing you do something different.
How do you stay motivated to create new music?
I made music, you know how some people say, when I'm stressed, I go to the gym. When I'm stressed, I watch a movie. When I'm stressed, I play football or something. When I'm stressed, I write music. When I'm happy, I write music. When I am feeling lonely, I write music. When I'm in love, I write music. So I made music a part of me, like my my go-to place if I have anything going on in my life. So for me, I may say I don't need motivation because it's like a part of me. I just need to be alive and, you know, keep facing life, because sometimes it makes me so happy, sometimes it makes me so sad. And whichever way it does, I write music. So sorry for you, Kama. Even when you're beating me, I'm writing music. Even when you're, you know, making me happy, I write music.
Can you share any upcoming projects or collaborations?
Yeah. Upcoming, I cannot share, but no, I can share something. I have a new song. It's called Bleep, Beautiful Like in Pictures. Now, I'm gonna give you a background of this song. Sometimes we've heard stories about people, and you know, we think they're those people, right? And then only to meet them and they turn out to be different. Sometimes we see people's pictures just like that, and you know, you say, he looks humble. And people build that idea in their heads that, oh, he looks humble, he's a humble guy. And sometimes only to meet them and they're not humble, or only to meet them and they're humble. So for me, when I was writing this song, I was saying, I am that same person. What you picture in your head when you look at my picture, or when you hear my music, or when you see me from a distance, what you get in your mind is who I am exactly. I am, as if it's a compliment, I am that compliment even in person. If it is for example, you say, oh, the guy is very braggant, I am that braggant. I am that person, just like I am in the pictures you put in your head. Now, on a personal bit, people have known me for a particular kind of artist. Have known me for who I am, my humility, and a particular trait, the traits that I've portrayed all my time of being an artist. And a few weeks ago, people were telling stories and they were saying the opposite of who I am. So I made sure I do the song that says, please don't believe what they are saying. I am beautiful like I am in the pictures in your head. So yeah, Bleep, Beautiful Like in Pictures. Now, this song can be used for anyone who feels demotivated, who feels low, who thinks people don't like them or something, who does not have confidence, low self-esteem, all those things. This is the song for you, because I want to tell you, no matter what you're going through, no matter what others say, you're beautiful like you're in pictures. In Luganda we say, Oli watch talonga boloza. Yeah. So Bleep, we have a visualizer already on this YouTube channel. So if you've not watched it, just go back, click on the visualizer, and see we have a lyrics video up, we have a visualizer, we have everything up. The only thing that is upcoming about this project is the video, an official video, and it's going to be massive, I can tell you, because the ideas that we are discussing, me and the team, are great. So just be ready. Can I sample you in that song?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
My girl, holy muchi munda, oh yeah, olinga sukali mata. My girl, olimboze nyuma, no be lie. You beautiful like in pictures, no be lie. Girl, you don't need all those filters, no be lie. You beautiful like in pictures, no be lie. You beautiful like they say, yeah. You're beautiful like they say. You're beautiful like they say, beautiful. My girl, ulimuchi munda, oh yeah, ulinga sukari mata. My girl, ulimboze nyuma, when you I can go pop and chat. Many things I would rather drop, except for you. The road to my heart, you will find no bumps and no curfews. Maybe Otonyama, so no lola, girl, you can be in the mood. Girl, in the mood. No be lie. You're beautiful like they say. No be lie. Girl, you don't need all those filters. No be lie. You're beautiful like in pictures. No be lie. You're beautiful like they say. Beautiful like they say. Beautiful like they say. Beautiful like in pictures. Beautiful like they say. You're beautiful like in pictures. That's the song. Bleep. If you wanna get this song, I'm sorry to cut you short. If you wanna get this song, you can search Ultimate Soundboy. Now, Ultimate Soundboy is ULTMATE Soundboy. It's not one word. Those are three words. Ultimate, but ultimate without an I. So it is ULTMATE.
How has your cultural background influenced your music career?
Owing to the fact that most of my music is in Luganda, which is my local language, my cultural language, that is one of the biggest influences that my culture has on my music. Most of my songs are almost 80 or 70% in Luganda, and then English. Also, how we are brought up to do things at home has influenced how I write my music, has influenced my lyrics, has influenced how the community, how we groom a community. All that has influenced my music, and I must say it has influenced it quite a bit. That's the truth.
What is the biggest misconception about being a musician?
People tend to think you are rich. People think you're people tend to think you're rich. People think you have money. People think you're supposed to live a particular, type of life because you're an artist. You're supposed to drive a particular car, not supposed to go to certain places, supposed to have this, but yet you're not, because we come from very poor families. I come from a very humble background, not a rich family. So every money that I make goes back to bettering my family. And yeah, I've not yet gotten the money to become rich myself. I'm not saying there are not musicians that have become rich, but it takes time. But people think it's an instant process. It's not. It's just like any other job. You don't get rich over time.
Okay, cool. What is the most important quality for a musician to possess?
Confidence. As a musician, you need to be confident. Confident in your craft, confident in the words you say, confident of how you look like. Yeah.
How do you stay connected with your fan base?
Social media, like I mentioned, I try. I meet them at performances. I open question answer sessions. On my social media, I try, but mostly it's on social media, because we are in a I don't know if I should call it a post-COVID era, but in an era right now where linking up with a lot of people is not a good idea. So if I don't manage to meet them on the few performances that I do, then it's definitely on social media.
How do you keep up with current music trends while staying true to yourself?
Yeah, that is a very good question, because, and I'm gonna say this on record, I'm still trying to keep up, but I try to make sure that whatever comes up as a trend, I try to blend it with my original self. For example, if it's, say, a beat, for example, we have Amapiano trending right now, I try to make sure I can actually sing on Amapiano. I can create authentic music on an Amapiano beat. So yeah, it's a hard one, it's a struggle, but as an artist, that is why we are paid to do this. And I have to do that. I have to find a way.
Okay, cool. So how has your cultural background influenced your music career?
Basically, it's been most of my music is it has a bigger percentage in Luganda and then English, so it has influenced the kind of the language I'm using, firstly, and then also the background and the raising, the home bringing, the culture. Our culture has a particular way of how roles are separated in community, how the community is brought up, and then how to behave and all those things. So they have influenced my lyrics, my lyricism. Like the lines in my songs are influenced by how I know life is supposed to be lived, which has been influenced biggestly by my culture.
Okay, what is your ultimate goal as a musician?
To leave a mark on the industry, to be able to be remembered sometime and people say, he was a great artist, he was inspiring, he did this, he put this to a particular level, he I want to just leave a mark on the industry. I want to be myself as I leave a mark on the industry. So yeah, many years down the road, I want people to say, "Oh yeah, Dre. Oh, Dre was very, remember his music? He has these songs that we still listen to up to now. He was an artist that brought about this. So definitely a legacy is my ultimate goal."
Okay, what is your favorite music-related memory from your childhood?
Uh, I have quite many, but I have one while I was in my high school. I used to I used to drum after lunch. I used to drum on a desk as I sang. Of course, by then they used to tell me you're shouting for us. And so this one time, I am drumming, and then everyone is keeping quiet. I realize everyone is quiet, and I'm thinking, oh, everyone is now giving me the attention I need. They are listening to my music, and then only to realize that there was a teacher. There was a teacher in. Sorry about that. Only to realize that there was a teacher in the window, and they were watching whatever I was doing. So I just finished like this. And the teacher was like, "You know what? Go, come here. Just move out."
What is your biggest regret in your music career?
No, I've just started. I feel like I'm just starting with my music career, and I don't want to say I have a regret. I don't want to say that I have a regret. I feel like I have my career is fresh, and maybe 10 years later I'll regret. But right now, I feel like I have a lot of things to do.
What other hidden talents do you possess?
I am a good football player. I know how to play soccer, or football as we call it back home. So I'm a good football player, midfielder. I am what else? I am a good what else? I'm a good basically football. Yeah, football. But I'm also a very good water engineer. That's what I went to school for. I don't know if that counts as a talent, but yeah, I'm a very good water engineer.
Okay, what attracts you the most on a woman? Do not say personality, please.
What do you want me to say if you don't want me to say personality? But well, of course, the looks matter for me, but most importantly, the eyes. The eyes are what draw me to somebody. If I feel like your eyes are saying something to me, I'm definitely gonna stop and say a word and say hi. Yeah, so it's the eyes. When you I can go up and chat. What's good? My name is Dre Kali, the Ultimate Boy, and I'm here once again. And what brings me back here is to explain the motivation, inspiration, and the journey of making Bleep. So Bleep is an empowering project, a self-empowering project. That's the angle from which I came when I was doing this song. It's I don't know how they say it, but when you have when you sometimes when people say things about you, they go to camera and say stuff that is not really you, does not represent the person you are. It doesn't rub you the right way. I don't know if you understand what I mean. It tends to it tends not to rub you the right way. That's all I can say. And sometimes it paints a picture of a person that is not you, that you yourself start not to recognize yourself, and you start doubting whether you are yourself, or you're that kind of person they're talking about. And in that moment, you need something to remind you of who you are. I was in this same exact position a few months ago, and people came after me posting and saying a lot of things that I am not. People have known me for always being a humble, honest, truthful, and hardworking person. And then from nowhere, I start being the braggant, being the proud. I start, they start painting a picture of, this person that I don't recognize personally, and it went on, and I didn't really come out to like reply to any of them. And I feel like when I didn't come out to reply, it had an effect on me, because then it created doubt, self-doubt within my personnel, and me inside me starting to think, well, am I, you know, am I this bird person they are talking about? And to be honest with you, I didn't really recognize who I was at that moment. I was going through a lot, and like I said earlier, I've always used my music as a runaway, a run to, or a runaway place. When I'm stressed, when I'm happy, when I'm celebrating, when I'm sobbing, when I'm hoping, it's like being part of me. It's a part of me, because I make sure it is there when nobody is, right? I find my peace in songwriting and recording. So when I was going through a lot, I went to a few doctors, and I had things going on in my life, basically, that I may not want to share here. But I said, why not go back to the music? I mean, this is who I know how to be. This is who I have always been. This is the kind of person I am. I know how to record music. And it was a hard thing, but then I started to, I settled down and said, let me write something. And I realized the picture that now was painted to the public was a picture that is not to me, you understand? It was a picture of a person I don't recognize. And much as I decided to, stay silent about it, I had to find a way of assuring myself that I'm not that kind of person. And I record this song. It's called Beautiful Like in Pictures, Bleep. And Bleep is you are beautiful like how exactly people picture you to be, not how another person comes out and start saying so and so is like this, or so and so is this kind of person. No, if people know you for your personality, if people have met you and they know you and they appreciate who you are for whatever you are, then it is just not right for somebody else to come out and start saying, he's not this, he's this kind of person, he has this, he has, all those things. So for me, it was I said, I'm gonna write a picture. People had these pictures. People never. I really, because I became a star during in a COVID time, so I never really went out to meet very many people, and that's when I got famous. But I never really, linked up with very many people. So most of the things known about me were things people saw on TV, or what they, heard about me when they had my interviews, and they've always known me for a very humble, kind, and honest kind of person. And I've always had comments like, "Oh, he's very humble, so talented, but so humble," and that's who I am, honestly. So I said that exact picture that people had before they were corrupted, before their minds were told things I don't even have an idea about. That's a picture of me they had, and that's the picture I wanted them to keep. You understand? So I said, you know what? I'm writing a song and I'm telling people, I'm telling myself that, Dre, you're beautiful, like you are in the pictures. Don't even start to doubt yourself. And yes, it might come off as a love song, because my music, like I said earlier, the biggest message in my music is love. I preach love. So I try to, put it in a love kind of way, like addressing, telling your lover or a lady or a beautiful woman that, she's beautiful like she's in pictures. She's beautiful like you've heard about how they've told you about her. But the actual truth behind the song was the fact that I was assuring myself of the kind of person I am as Dre Kali. I am a father, I am a brother, I am a husband, I am a son, and I'm a musician and a role model, and I'm an inspiration to very many young people out there who, want to be like me, or who want to have music, who want to, achieve their dream of, being musicians. And I'm not saying I've achieved anything. I think I'm just at the starting line, but at least I've seen the light. I'm on the right queue. You understand? So, first forward, I write this song And I remember I was doing something when I wrote this song. I don't remember what exactly. And when I got the idea, everything fell in place. Like I remember, if I remember the first one earlier when I said my songwriting process is dependent on the mood. You understand? If I am doing something and an idea pops up, I tend to record that idea on my phone. I pick a phone and record it in the recordings section, and then I keep it. You understand? So it was that kind of thing. I was doing something. I don't remember what, but I was definitely doing something, and then the idea came into my head because I'd been looking for this type of song for a long while. Like I told you, I was going through a lot of these things, and when the idea popped into my mind, I was like, yeah, exactly, this is what I was looking for, and right there, I wrote a few lines. I remember I wrote the first verse, but then I didn't have a chorus. But I knew how I wanted it to sound, but I didn't have the right melodies at the time, and it was dope. It was dope, and I had it in my phone. So I have this friend of mine. He's a producer. I'm not gonna say his name here, but he's a producer. So we had just become friends. I remember, and it's the music that brought us together. So he sends me a beat, and he's like, "Yo, Dre, I have something here. I want you to listen and tell me what you think. Is it good or anything?" And I was like, "Ah, cool, no problem. Why not? I will listen. I'll listen." So when I listened to this beat, and I honestly, I was blown away when I listened to the beat. I was like, "Wow, this is the beat." But I didn't say exactly that this was a beat for my song, but it was a very nice beat, and I was like, "This is very good." I told him, "Yo, bro, this is very good. Would you think I could write something on it? Would you mind if I wrote something on it?" I was like, No. Actually, we would work on something." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I start recording on the beat, like recording on my phone. There's phone recordings, and I record. My music is known for the lyrical maturity in the music, known for lines. So, and I try to make sure I write about simple things. I try to make sure that it relates with the kind of person I'm going about. Kind of situation I'm writing about, and to be different from all the other music, this one I was writing from what I was going through. I usually don't put what I'm going through into my music. I don't feel like I want to share my story out to the world, like through music, because everybody's going to listen. I don't want to be naked to the world, But this one, I was actually going through stuff, and I said, why not? Why not do it? So I start recording over the beat, and everything is falling in place. Every line is falling in place, and then I think in like a few days, I had the whole song recorded. I didn't have a second verse, but I had a whole, hook. I knew I had a plan. I had a chorus and stuff like this. And then this producer friend of mine was living in another city, and I was also staying in another city. But it was like 3 hours away. So I called him up, and I'm like, "Yo, bro, if you don't mind, would you give me a program to come?" And the first time we talked about it, something came up, and for some reason we did not record. And we said, "Okay, cool, no problem. I will do it the following weekend," because it was a weekend. So the following weekend, I went to him, and still he was gonna be busy. I remember he told me, I was like, "Okay, let me just pass by and see the studio." But I knew if I passed by and he had what I'd recorded on this, he would love it. And it was exactly how I thought about it. So when I got there, I record something. Is like, "Yo, you know what, bro? I'm canceling all the programs I had today. We're just gonna work on this song. This is gonna be a bad one, a mad one." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Let's go ahead." And we recorded, and it was a vibe from the word go. We later failed to progress because of a few things that we didn't have. My settings, very many things that were not in place. So we had to share the project with another producer, also a friend of mine. And he worked on everything. He worked with me earlier on my other project, so he knew what kind of person I was, what kind of sound I wanted to produce, and what I could explain to him much easier. Because when you work with somebody, they start to sync. You get into a sync, and then they start to know who you are. They start to know you. So we were in sync with him, and I explained to him the kind of idea I wanted, and he worked. He did exactly that, because I was looking at what was trending. When you listen to Bleep, Beautiful Like in Pictures, it's an Afro Amapiano sweet sound. I mean, you'll feel the emotion in it. You'll feel the Amapiano, which is the grooviness, and then you feel the Afrobeat, the Africanness in it. So I explained to him how I wanted it, and he wowed me, because when I got it, I didn't have to explain again to him. I just got it and I was like, yo, this is dangerous. This is mad. So it was vibes on vibes. I get this song, and then it's done, and now I need to master it. And then, I'm a connected person. I have lots of friends in the industry. So I talked to my first friend who is a sound engineer, and he did a job. He did a good job, but it wasn't good enough. But he did a good job, and he mastered the song. And my plan was, when the song is done mastering, I'll see if I release it. I didn't think about it. And then fast forward, my brother got me in touch with this amazing producer from Nigeria, actually sound engineer from Nigeria, who worked on the production, on the mastering of the song, and he made everything. He balanced, equalized almost everything, and the sound was great. It took us about 3 weeks to have it, but we had it, and it was great. And it was expensive as well, but it was worth it. So the song was done, and now I had the song, but I didn't have any plans of releasing music. You understand? Like I said, when I was going through a lot of stuff with my personal stuff, I was really in a state of not recording music anymore. I was hopeless. I could say I'd lost the hope. But then it is my run too. So yeah, definitely I recorded, and then I said, I'm just gonna record. I'm not gonna put it out there for people. And so when I had the song, that was around December last year, when I had when my friend first mastered it, and we had a final product from his mastering, and it was good but not good enough. I thought it was good, but when I tested it in different sounds, it was not good enough. So in January, that is when my brother links me up with this amazing producer from Nigeria, and he works on the project. He masters it, and it comes out very nicely. I think by February, that's about my birthday, 23rd, I had the whole song done. And then I thought I would release it on my birthday, but things I didn't really want to release. I knew I wanted to put it out there, but for some reason I didn't feel ready. You understand? So I go ahead and have the song with me and keep it play for my friends, and they keep telling me, man, this is mad, this is a good jam, this is a very good song. It's different from who we have known you for, because I've always been a soul, sweet R&B, Afro soul kind of guy, and then here I am on a groovy beat, and I'm killing it. And they're like, you know what, Dre, just put it out for the people, just put it out, let's see what happens. And I didn't listen to them. So around March, I guess something happened around March, and it was left threatening. I'm not gonna share the details here, because like I've always said, I don't want to be naked in front of the public or in the public eyes. So I got a left threatening experience that made me realize that in just a split second I'll be gone, and people never get a chance to listen to my music. You understand? And I said, no way, I can't go out like this. I can't just, I can't go out like this, simply. So we made plans, talked to boys, and I talk to my brother, my friends, and stuff like that. And then we got some fans, we got some money, and I uploaded the song. We use a distributor. We paid for everything. We put the song out there, and we paid for the lyrics video. The guy that did the lyrics video, the artwork and stuff like that. And we just put it out there. And still, even now, it was just putting it out there. It wasn't really. I really didn't think that people are gonna love it to this extent. You understand? So, because it was a different kind of sound. People have known me for producing, cool, calm, collected kind of music, and now, I have them grooving. Yeah, if you've not had this song, Beautiful Like in Pictures, it's up on this YouTube channel. You can check it, Beautiful Like in Pictures, Dre Cali, Drekali, or you can search it on all online digital platforms at Ultimate Soundboy. Now remember, Ultimate is Ultimate Soundboy. Yeah. All right. So what did I say? I was saying, so we put the song out there, and it starts to pick slowly by slowly, and it is not where we want it right now, but it has gotten me an audience. I have been performing this song. I've not performed it so much anywhere, but I've been playing it for people, and they've been wondering if that's me, and they were like, wow. Now, this is not the kind of audience that knows that I'm already a star. No, this is the audience here, the audience that does not know about my background, and it is a multinational audience. You understand? These are people that didn't know I'm an artist, and now they'll be hearing my song and they're like, whoa, this guy has a very sweet sound, a very sweet voice. And I've had this before, but coming from people who don't really know me makes me feel like it's actually very sweet. You understand? So I share the song to different friends of mine, and then but then my audience back home doesn't know that we released the song, and I'm still thinking. I'm not really ready to tell them, because now I want to take it to a different level. And then when people keep telling you do this. So eventually, I just I was like, it's open to the public, and put it out on YouTube and put it out everywhere. And now sat back and waited. But I'm gonna say one thing. I'm very grateful for the love so far. It is not the love that I'm used to getting, but it's the love. Again, it's still love. It's not the numbers I want yet, but it's numbers. It's worth it. You understand? So I am grateful for the love. I am so happy that you guys are receiving this song so madly. I am so honored that I get to share my art with you, because, like I said, I had a life-threatening experience that almost made me miss the opportunity of sharing my art with you guys one more time. So I treasure every moment, and I respect everybody, and I thank you all for sticking with me. I know my fans had lost kind of hope that maybe I was not going to do music, and they feel bad that I did everything happened the way it happened. But don't you worry, because you loved Dre in the first place because of his music, and so I'm telling you, you're gonna still love me because of my music, because now it's big. Yeah. Also, on top of that, I wanted to share that I am currently working on the video of this song, the official video. It's gonna be mad. That's what I can say. It's gonna be amazing. We are looking at doing something that I've never done before in my music videos. We're looking to create a beautiful piece that pronounces the song like it relates with what the audio is saying. You understand? And I can't wait. I'm working with an amazing team of people that are helping me out. They're just helping me out, and these people are bringing all the creative ideas. Shout out to them. And we are working. We are onto something. Definitely, we are onto something. And we have received very many good reviews from people that we find very talented here. And what more can I say? It's all amazing. It's something that I thank God for every day, because every time I get the microphone, it's every time he shines, because he gave me this talent. So we are working on the video, and we are as well working on an EP that is going to follow the video. And the first song on the EP is Beautiful Like in Pictures, and more songs are going to be coming. It's a massive project. We are working with different producers, different sounds, and different talented people. We are not limiting our audience to just a few people.
And trust me, so far it's going well. So what you should keep looking out for right now is the fact that the video is dropping, the official video. I don't know what you guys expect to see, but you know how I do it. I bring authenticity, and I bring the feelings, and I bring the actuality to the video. I give it life, so it's gonna be amazing. Where we wanna take this music in the next 5 years, if you ask me, I'll tell you I don't love to procrastinate or to predict the future, because I'm a believer. I'm a strong believer. I know it's gonna happen the way God has already written and planned it, but I wish it happens just like in the next few years. I wanna get back to the top, because I was at the top, and then the break that I had was I didn't get so below, but it put me off the top a bit, just put me somewhere. So I want to get to the top, but in a different market audience, because where I'm at right now, this country is a multinational country with lots of people from different backgrounds. So if I can be a star here, then it's more like becoming a star in the whole world. So that's what I plan. I want to be a big star. I want to release my songs, and then they start to get movements. I want to work with lots of artists. I want to share my art with lots of people. I want to sing for people, most importantly. So yeah, that's all I can say right now. If you notice, the Afro wave is taking over. The African music wave is really taking over. And shout out to the big people that have been making it happen. I just want to play a part in that. I want to get my music, my sound, and then contribute to that kind of sound as well. So yeah, like I've said, that's the plan. Lifting African, East African music, Uganda music, that's where I come from, Uganda music to the world. Understand? Life is not one of the last remarks I want to make is life is not easy. Life is about appointments and disappointments. Life is about making decisions. Life is about standing up again when you fall. We sometimes go through things that very many people never even get to understand. But then they're quick to judge depending on what they think, but they never really, maybe sit back and realize that why would a few things happen. So for my situation, lots of things happened, but there was a reason for everything. It's not just whatever you guys think. And yeah, when I'm ready, I'll share. But like I said, I don't want to be naked to the world. So maybe not now, not soon. And don't just sit back at your home and judge anybody for anything, because you've never gotten to that decision. You've never gotten to a position that makes you choose. You understand? So shout out to y'all for the love. Thank you for loving Dre Kali. Thank you for showing me love on my social medias. Thank you for streaming this song, because it's doing fairly well, but it's doing well altogether. It's not fairly bad, it is fairly well. So yeah, thank you for watching on YouTube. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Just keep sharing this YouTube channel. Just keep inviting friends. Tell them, what, the vocal master is back and he's here. And for those who don't know how to spell Dre, this is Dre, D-R-E, and then Kali is K-A-L-I. And you're gonna have Dre Kali. Understand? Yeah, Dre Kali, the ultimate sound boy. Yeah, because I'm the ultimate. I'm the best sound boy. If you look at my video, I explained why I'm called the ultimate sound boy, because I'm the best sound boy. A few things about my background. I am born into a family. I'm a first boy and a firstborn as well for my mom. I don't know very many people who are doing music in my family, but my great-grandfather was a very good musician, and I think that's how it spread to me, and I wish I can spread it to my daughter and to the other generations that come after me in my family, because it's beautiful when you can create something and people love it. It's a beautiful feeling. So born and raised in Entebbe in Uganda, and two parents that were both teachers, and they tried so hard to make sure that I get educated, and I finished with a bachelor's degree. Finished university with a bachelor's degree in civil and environmental engineering, and yeah, I'm an engineer, but also a musician now. My career path that I chose was being a musician. And so far, so good. It's been amazing. Shout out to you people because you made this happen. Shout out to the fans. Shout out to the media. Shout out to everybody that, has had a part to play in my career. And shout out to my beautiful family for the support. Because, where I come from, it's not easy for you to just wake up one day after, they have taught you to become an engineer and say, I want to do music. It's not an easy thing. It's a big battle because, the parents spend a lot of money in education, and when you stand up and want to be a musician, it gets harder. But I want to shout out to you, all my family. Thank you for standing with me even in my hardest of times. And all I can promise is now we are going forward. Now we are going to do bigger things. I'm going to make you proud once again. So yeah, much love to everybody. Much love to my friends. Much love to everybody that loves the song Beautiful Like in Pictures. It's the first song of the album, of the EP that's coming soon. And you guys have made me believe that it's actually, I am doing this version because you've loved the song so much. You've given me the compliments and I appreciate it. I don't take nothing for granted. So my last remarks to you guys is I want to remind you, if you go to the online digital stores, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, AudioMac, everywhere, don't search for Dre Kali, search for Ultimate Soundboy, which is ULTMATE. Don't put the I. ULTMATE Soundboy, and then search for Beautiful Like in Pictures. You're gonna have the song. If you're gonna search Bleep, then you're gonna have to put the dots, B.L.I.P. Then you'll see the song by Ultimate Soundboy. You can go out to my YouTube channel, this same channel, and search for Beautiful Like in Pictures by Dre Cali, and you will have it. You could as well go for on my social media. My name is on Instagram. It's Dre Kaligram, DREKALI gram. You can add me. You can follow me for the best content that's gonna come through. And also my Twitter is Dre Kali Music, DREKAI Music. It's verified, so it will be easier to find me. So much love to everybody. It's only love, and there is gonna be love. I love you all. Thank you for the support and unconditional support that you've already shown me. I know you've been told a lot of things, but hey, here I am telling you that most of the stuff is not true. You understand? Yeah, so much love to everybody. Peace out. I want to sample you this song if you didn't get a chance to hear it before. Just know you're beautiful like in pictures. My girl, holy muchi munda. Oh ma, olinga sukari mata. My girl, holy mose nyuma. When you I can go back and ja. Many things I would rather drop off except for you. The road to my heart, you'll find no bumps and no curfews. Girl, you put me in the mood. Girl, in the mood. No be lie. You beautiful like they say. No be lie. Peace out. Bless. Beautiful like the shade, beautiful like the shade, beautiful like the shade, beautiful. Many things I would rather drop.